Man, I couldn't make that thing look like a dick.
Well,
So
me
disappointed.
and Josh never seem to make it look like a dick. We're just a bit too rowdy. I gotta fix my mic. I just realized because I'm spiking the whole time. 1, 2, there we go. That's fixed.
Spike.
Allan, I refuse to buy a new mic. I gotta fix my mic.
No, like my sensitivity was too high. I clicked 2 buttons on my mic and the sensitivity's fixed.
Okay.
So it's not broken, it's a function, because I can do that and put it set up to be spiked, or I can keep going and make it even louder and worse for you in the recording, or I can just go back to just like the way I had it before. Oh, that's one too far.
I bought Ring Fit.
There we go.
Hi, welcome to the Black Mind Games podcast. I bought Ring Fit.
Ooh.
I hate myself.
It
My
sounds like
name's
you're trying to
Jeff.
it sounds like you're trying to get back into shape. Am I wrong?
Maybe. Yes.
Yes, you are so
No.
wrong. No, you're not.
I've been doing this for about a year.
So, Merry Christmas, guys. Happy New Year. All the fun jazz. 3 days.
Allan needed a break.
Well, we all needed a break because I don't think anybody was going to be fucking recording on Friday. And
No.
if Jeff had tried to make us record on Friday, I would have been like, cool, bye.
Yeah.
I would have just turned off my PC.
Even though it's like a couple of days after Christmas, I don't think my family was still here until Sunday. So, well, not this Sunday, but I mean, the Sunday following the couple of, yeah. So my family, they're from Calgary for the most part, and the other half is still so the one half of half of the family is in Calgary. The other half is still a fair bit away. So they're not gonna freaking really. They're not gonna bust their ass back to home as fast as they can. So they're gonna hang around, and we don't hate each other, which is very rare for families apparently.
Yet.
Yeah.
Keywords yet.
Until you get sick of each other, then that's roughly a week.
Yeah. No, I did. I bought Ring Fit. That game fucking destroyed me.
In your butt.
If my ass is. I have glutes.
You have glutes.
I have glutes. I have glutes that will make the world shatter upon them.
Although
The glutes, the ass is literally the ass is gonna be so great. Let me tell you about my ass. It's gonna be, you're gonna be able to balance a coffee cup on this man's ass.
Although I was gonna say, can you tell me what this Ring Fit is? Because I've seen the controller. Could you describe it to me?
It is a fitness game, and it is basically an RPG where you move world to world, and as you move world to world, you have to navigate basically Mario-esque level, where you run into enemies, and then you have to face said enemies using attacks that are basically exercises.
Yeah, but tell me tell me how the controller is. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Oh, the controller is fantastic. Every single time I touch it, I feel like I'm going to break it.
Fucking describe what it is, goddammit.
It's a ring with a Joy-Con on it.
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit. You freaking dipshit. Come on.
Oh my word.
I don't know how else to describe it.
We should have taken another week off.
And a ring that you squish.
There's shit we got to talk about today. Because oh my god, and Josh is being a troll, which is
like, tell me the controller without telling me, like, what the controller is the weirdest thing about the game, because you're using a fucking stress hoop. And I'm like, tell me about the stress hoop, and you're not telling me about it. Like, come on, it's an audio podcast.
I'm going to mute him. We're going to carry on.
I love it. It is great. It is a stress hoop. It is basically a stress hoop. Have you used a stress hoop, Joss? I think you'll love it.
I mean, it's kind of like a bow, like a weird Bowflex thing, but you squeeze it to do attacks, you stretch it to do things, you can turn it, and there's also some stuff in that game requires you to do squats and or do sit-ups. So, and you have to put your hoop to the side for that.
Yes, that is something that you have to put the hoop to the side to do.
Yes.
The thing is that this game is one of the coolest games that has basically been called a piece of trash by most fitness professionals that I've talked to.
Oh, really?
And they're like, oh, why would you want this? And I'm like, because it's video games and fitness and two things I kind of like. And they're like, how dare you? And it's like, okay, whatever. I like it. It's fun.
I was gonna say, like, just from the seeing it, I'm like, yeah, this looks cool. Like, I don't see anything wrong with this.
Well, you gotta also keep in mind, it's like I run 30 minutes usually a day. Yeah, like every 4 days or so. I'll usually run, or not 4 days. Every other day I'll run about 30 minutes on the treadmill. So, like, exercise isn't new to me, and this thing just basically made my legs, like, not want to function for about 2 days.
Yep.
Yeah. It was day 2, and it murdered me. It murdered me hard. I was very sad.
I was going to say that the exercises, for the most part, a lot of them are like squat based or do something else with their arms or whatever. But it's like when you do your exercises on the treadmill, it's completely different. Like, the treadmill's kind of doing most of your work. Kind of, sort of.
No, it isn't.
Kind of, sort of.
No, it really isn't.
I mean, like, it is different, like, completely different.
It's not completely different.
Yes, it is.
Okay. No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, 30-minute running outside versus treadmill, it's completely different.
It's different because of the way you're running.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's because the ground outside is uneven.
Yeah.
You are still running. You are still working the same muscles. You are still working cardio. I hate to break it to you. It's not that different. So go fuck yourself. I know this.
Allan's fucking ripping him a new one, and because Allan's the most fit out of all of us.
I am.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, I'm trying to get fit. I also bought Pokemon.
Josh, go get me a 2-minute plank.
A what?
A 2-minute plank.
2-minute plank.
No.
Yeah. Do you know what a plank is?
No.
The only thing I can think of in my head is laying flat on the ground.
No.
Oh
God, no. Oh boy.
A plank is basically where you put I think it is where you put your arms underneath yourself and you try to lay like a plank. Like, it's like.
Hang on, I'll get the image for you.
If you have the image, it will be the podcast image. But to describe it, it's an exercise.
I'm just gonna poke this to Josh instead of poking it in chat. There you go.
Fine.
That's what a plank is, and you have to hold that pose for 2 minutes.
2 minutes, and it's a bitch.
I could probably do that.
It is one of the worst exercises because it's not only because you know what it works, Josh. It works your core, which is your abs.
Oh.
And oh God, does it suck?
I agree. I agree with that. Although the funny thing is as of late, I was what was it before Christmas? I was with frick, I'm blanking out on names again. I'm doing it with Noah, and Noah was like, "Hey, let's do push-up."
You're doing it with Noah.
No, sorry, I meant
hold up. Who's on top? You or Noah?
Man,
I'm gonna fucking jab you for that one. It's fair. Fair point. No, it's fair point.
But anyway,
I'll concede that one too.
What I was trying to say was we were doing exercises in between games, and it's like, hey, every time we get a kill or assist or something, we have to do sit-ups and push-ups. And I was like, all right, I'll do sit-ups and push-ups until like it just hurts, because I'm like, I don't want to do like 50 sets or some shit. And I kept going, and I was like, all right, that sucked. Let's do some push-ups. And like, that's after the sit-ups. And I was like, hey, I could do push-ups now. They suck less. They still suck, but I could do them.
Push-ups are hard.
They're hard.
Or not. Depends on which push-ups you're doing.
No, because Noah's also trying to do, but I'm doing Ring Fit. It's good. I only play like 10 minutes a day.
That's fair.
Because I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch. Let me tell you how big of a bitch I am. I'm such a bitch. I bought Pokemon Shield.
That's a bad thing?
It's pretty good. It's okay. And I'll be called a hypocrite for playing it and having fun. So let me explain to you how good it is.
Okay.
It is good, and I'm live streaming it on twitch.rockyeagle.
Are you fucking are you just doing this to plug yourself?
Yes.
Do it.
Fucking.
I'm like
Twitch.com/RockyEagle. N7.
Yes.
Yeah. I played about 2 hours of that game. It is okay. It is. I can see where all the hate comes from, in like the national decks not being there, and the animations still aren't pretty. They're okay.
They're very, very meh. I've watched somebody play through the whole game, and I've like watched a lot of the animations, and it's like they are. Well, the bullshit statement of we've reworked all the animations is bullshit.
It is something where I would say that like there are some of them that I can tell that they did a lot of work on. The problem is that
they are far and few between.
Their improvement to Game Freak's animations have been done mostly on the new Pokemon.
Yeah.
And the other problem is that Game Freak doesn't like the animations are better for a Pokemon game, but they're better for a Pokemon game. They're not AAA Pokemon. Like they're not AAA. The animations could be better. And
I was gonna say a knockoff Chinese game fucking did animations better than the freaking company themselves.
Pretty much. And that's the thing is like I feel as if like Pokemon I feel like for $60 this game is a really good I feel like it's a good game. And I like the setting. I like everything about it. I like the lighting. The lighting is really good. It's well done. It feels really nice playing a Pokemon game on my Switch and sitting and just leaning back. The problem is that the way that they're handling it is they should have handled the controversy by just saying straight up, like, not all the Pokemon are going to be in there, but they could be in future updates. And like,
it's almost like that was that's what they should have done. Also, the fucking person who said it, I think the person. No, it wasn't the person who said it. But one of the comments that was made was by one of Game Freak's like major staff. And in that comment, he said that there will never be he's trying to they were trying to avoid ever doing what happened in Ruby and Sapphire again.
Yeah.
And that was a blatant fucking lie.
Well, the thing is that like I understand what's happening, but I also have to sit there and recognize that like Pokemon, if this is the shift that Pokemon makes, I'm not okay with it. I don't think a lot of the fans would be okay with it. I think that in this title, I think it's fine.
It has to be exclusively only this title.
It has to be if they do like. Let me put it like this: if they release Pokemon Gun. And Pokemon Gun has all of the Pokemon in it. You got maybe another $60 out of like everyone who bought Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. No questions asked. None whatsoever. Mm-hmm. So for people, it's very dependent on what you're going to get. I feel, though, that the change was... For me, I'm okay with the change because I'm not a massive Pokemon fan. So, that's me. I was going to buy this game regardless, and I got some money and I bought it, and it was at the top of my list, and now I'm going to buy Astral Chain and Three Houses later. Okay?
That's fine.
fair.
Cool.
I mean, again, the Pokemon game is still a Pokemon game. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that all the shit around it, it's terrible.
It's still fun.
Yeah.
And I was generally having fun in the game.
Yeah.
And that's the most praise I can give, is because, like, I would work on our game, and, like, I got some good news and I got some bad news about the game. I got some stuff working. The things I wanted to get done, I didn't get done. Oh, well. But, like,
as is life.
I actually got, life sucks.
Yep.
But like, I was actually generally having fun live streaming it and just watching the chat and just playing the game. And, like, I started naming all my Pokemon after, like, the Noble team because I'm a fucking nerd. Fuck you.
I mean, that's fair.
I almost named the Fox Pokemon that you can get in the game Adolf Hitler
Why?
because she fucking knocked out 8 of my teams. Or not 8 on my team. She
Knocked out almost your whole team.
Yeah.
Words.
Jeff, you need to learn how to words.
Jeff is tired right now because he had a work shift. So
That's not an excuse.
That's my excuse. Shut the fuck up. I'm going with it. So that Pokemon's name is Cat, and then her serial number, because Pokemon's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing I've done is I played a lot of MCC. And
MCC. What's that one?
Halo.
Oh, right.
Halo Master Chief Collection.
Oh, right. I played a little bit of that too, the single player.
Yeah.
I haven't played it yet. I've got to sit down and actually do that, but that's probably going to be... I'm probably going to end up picking up in like May when I go back to work.
Okay. Has anyone else played any video games?
I've
been playing mostly my my normal game of Madness of World of Warships.
Strategy games.
Of course.
Well, no, kind of, I guess, but
the games that it tickles your itch in your brain.
I gotta full on giggle out of something because in one of the games, like, there's a mechanic which is where you hit the core structure of a ship called citadeling, which is basically crit damage. So you deal max damage. You deal like 10,000, 20,000, depending on what like weapon you're shooting them with. And one game, like a couple days ago, I'm just dicking around waiting for like something, just playing the game in the background. And I come around a corner, and there's two baby ships around the corner. I was like, oh, how precious. Delete. And I just kept sailing on, and calling a couple of the guys on the TeamSpeak can testify to that. I had maniacal laughter. And I posted in a group chat that I'm in. I bullied a bunch of low-level cruisers today. I don't feel bad. I was like full-on evil. Like, I didn't expect at all to like go like that, like laugh that hard. Oh,
that's hilarious. I actually played a game. I got to go back to my Steam list and see what the hell I did.
Can I briefly talk about Puyo Puyo Tetris?
Sure.
It's Puyo Puyo Tetris, and people should play it. That's all. If you don't own a copy of Puyo Puyo Tetris, you're a fucking piece of shit.
But I mean, and
you should die.
I mean, the game is mixing Puyo Puyo and Tetris at the same time.
That's why it's so good.
Yeah, I mean, let the people know.
Yeah.
You can say, yeah, you should get it because here's the reason why. That's what you need to say.
That requires me to want to say it.
And it requires you to say word.
Yeah, I don't want to say words anymore.
But I've been playing 2 games. It's, again, hipster bullshit like I usually do. Goner and Kero Blaster.
Kero Blaster.
Kero Blaster. Kero Blaster. And so there's a story with Kiro Blaster, which is super like, oh fuck, they got fucked over with their last game that they made. And you know what their last game they made from this company? It's Cave Story. So it's the exact same people that made Cave Story. And so the story with Kiro Blaster is, it's as you're progressing through the game and through the difficulty levels, because you replay the same levels over and over, it's a story about how people getting fucked over by their workplace. And the reason why this game's story is about that, because their original game, Cave Story, they needed to get a publisher for it, so they went with, I forget the name of the company, they're fucking assholes. They went with this publisher, and they're like, "Oh, sign on the dotted line, and we'll help you publish this game." They're like, "Sure." So they sign on the dotted line without reading much, and it turns out they signed away their entire property. Like, all the fucking Cave Story. And it's like the most successful game from this company. And it's... They signed away all rights. So now the company owns it, and they're pissed as shit. And the only reason I knew of this scenario was on Twitter. The company was talking about, hey, was it 10, 12 years, 15 years of Cave Story celebration. And then everyone on Twitter was just berating the fuck out of this company, going, "You don't own this, you assholes! Give it back! You fucking cunts!" Like, oh god, it was just over and over and over and over, and it's like, oh man.
Toss a coin to your game developer.
Yeah, so
stop trying to reference a mediocre show.
Okay.
It's fucking mediocre, and you fucking know it.
I love it. It's great.
But yeah, it's
like as I said, I've okay. So with the situation with this fucking game developer.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's so much we're gonna talk about this week too. And we're only 3 days into the fucking New Year too.
I mean, this situation happened a long time ago. I just knew about it like during the Christmas break, and I was like, "Oh, that's bad."
Only people learned about it over the Christmas break, mostly.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, that's a shitty situation for the game devs. I was like, fuck. I mean, you can still make newer and better shit, but that sucks to get rid of the one thing that made you like the coolest developers on the map. Like, fucking Christ, they're not going to make that same mistake again. Mm-hmm. Like, although it's pretty funny that like just seeing everyone just berating the fuck out of this company on Twitter, like just letting them, ripping into them so hard, and I always keep checking back to the same tweet that they had. Like, they didn't bother deleting the tweet either. They still kept it up, but when you go to check out the comments, they fucking just start like editing. You can't delete tweets, but you can make them hidden, and they fucking just hidden almost all tweets, like almost all of them.
That's dangerous.
It's there's no situation out of this that doesn't make you look less of a fucking dipshit. Like, wow. It's
Jeez.
so bad. Like, wow. I'm pretty sure my comment probably got freaking just hidden, but it's so funny. It's so funny and so bad. So,
I got some news, by the way. Speaking of Cave Story, how I imagine this went down is 2 Canadian men showing up to your house and beating the shit out of you with a hockey stick.
Yep, totally. We'll go to Japan. Yeah. We got 2 hockey sticks. We're wearing masks with maple leaves.
I want to go to Japan. I want to go to Japan with Noah.
Why?
Because Japan's awesome.
All right.
I want to go to like the bomb drop sites and see the memorials because I'm
prepared to be sad. Like tears welling sad.
Not really.
You're a fucking soulless asshole.
No,
come on.
Like it's not tear-worthy. Believe it or not.
It's sad.
Allan's the guy who goes to Auschwitz and goes. This isn't sad.
No. Auschwitz is sad. I will admit that. And holy shit, it's an incredible memorial to say. It's the same with the bomb memorials. But the reason why I'm like, that's not as sad is because, man, that's fucked up. And then I realized what the potential costs of invading Japan would have been. And I'm like, this is actually the lesser of two evils here.
Well, the funny thing is everyone goes like, why did the United States drop bombs? And it's like really obvious because they weren't going to surrender because of Bushido.
Oh, it's not even that. It's just like the threat to the Emperor would have just kept them fucking going.
Yeah.
And like, I hate to break it to you, like as much as it is a tragedy that the fucking bombs got dropped, that was literally probably the best choice because we saw what happened on, not Saipan. It's a little island. It's a Japanese home island just south of like the proper main chains, and we saw how dedicated the people were there, and we're like, oh god. And we noticed that it was like as you got closer to Japan, the escalation in the violence was just getting higher and higher. It's just like, man, I wouldn't want to be anywhere near Japan at that point. And like, as much as like it can be entirely mean and stuff like that,
You're
like,
not.
I'm not being mean. I'm like, it's not as sad as a lot of people like try to play it up to be.
I think the thing that's sad about it is that basically America. Well, I think the thing that's mainly sad about it isn't the fact that what happened. It's the fact of how it happened. Because it wasn't like, till that point, people didn't know that what the atom bomb was going to be capable of. Select people did, but not everyone.
Well, that's unfortunately what happens.
Was,
that's unfortunately what happens when you unveil a new weapon of war. The same thing happened with tanks. The same thing happened with the cannon. The same thing happened with muskets. That argument kind of like falls apart too. And like the difference is, this is where you need to make the difference. This is not that how destructive it is; it's how efficient it was.
It was how many deaths in about 1 second?
It wasn't about 1 second actually.
Okay, like 10 seconds.
No, it was about. By the time the official effects of the atomic bomb wore off, it would have been about 10 minutes after the bomb detonated.
Okay. So it was about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And imagine a city just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it's almost like nukes are really good peacekeepers. and I'm going to say that, and anybody who says that, well, Allan, you're an asshole, I'm going to look at you and go, cool, what is the biggest threat to us actually ever going to war with Russia or with China or with, like, England and France and the European Union? What is the biggest deterrence? Oh, wait, it's these people. We know that they have nuclear deterrent in them, but they're almost like it. Again, I get why people are like, we don't need nukes, and I'm like, yes, you do, because now the technology's out there. The Pandora's box open. You can't close that again. I hate to break it to you. It's out there.
Yeah, no. So yeah, Josh, you play anything else?
Goner.
Other than Goner?
Goner is a weird platforming shooter.
Is that the game made by Cave Story?
No, this one's a completely different game by another developer. It's hard to describe this game because, man, it's a, let's say, give it a kind of Day of the Dead / kind of like drawn in your art book kind of vibe. But really well. Like the guy took this idea and actually like really fleshed it out. And basically the visuals of this game, I would say like, yeah, Day of the Dead / colorful / like he's really using blacks and like the pure blacks and like silhouettes to get like a visual effects out of this game look really cool. Yeah. Another thing about this game is that it's hard as fuck. There's several times where I'm like, all right, let's get as far as we possibly can in this game, and I get to about level 3 maybe, and I get about halfway and I keep dying over and over, simply because there's just a lot of goddamn bullshit on screen, like just a lot. And I was like, it kind of gets to a point where you kind of like, you know, when you play lesser games, it gets to a point you ask the question of like, am I playing this wrong? Am I doing something wrong? Am I actively doing the right thing?
Assume yes.
Yeah, so it's like, nah, and another thing, it probably doesn't help this game much. It's playing a bit of the, everything about this game is kind of cryptic, and you got to try to figure it out and what these symbols mean. And I'm like, a game with that, it's fine. Like, sometimes you can play around with that and be a really cool game. But I think for a type of action, shooty, platformy game, you can't have this cryptic bullshit. I don't think you can.
It depends upon how. It depends upon how it depends upon how the cryptic bullshit is used.
Yeah.
Like that.
Like the thing, like
that's more the deterrent. There is like if the cryptic bullshit doesn't interfere, then it's fine. But that's the big problem right now. Is like, from what you're describing.
So it's really more of like you have to kind of stumble around a lot more than I would feel that you need to figure out what this stuff is. Because like after a point, I start figuring out like, oh, these things I'm picking up, it's money. Oh, these things that I'm using on my back, it turns out it's like a power up of sorts, and it recharges over time. Oh, it turns out this thing I meet after level 2, it gives me health. Oh, that's cool. I don't know what the fuck this thing is, but it gives me health, and it's giant. I think in my head it's a whale, but I don't think it's a whale. What else? Oh, and at the end of every level, you jump into this worm, and you go into the other level. And at first, you thought it was an enemy, so you start shooting at it, and then you realize the bullets just phase through it and do nothing. So you go, okay, maybe it's a thing I can interact with. Yeah, it's just like a lot of like kind of just trial and error and figuring out what the heck is going on. And and also there's because this game is also playing around with the concept of death. So death, you constantly get resurrected to the level 1, and you can choose different sets of heads. Each head has something different going on with it. Like one of the heads is like a Venus flytrap, and every time you jump, it opens the trap and closes, so you can do an attack straight up with your head. And there's another one; it gives you more hearts, but every time you do double jump, you spin around, like your character spins, like in a flip motion, and actually fucks up your shooting because the shooting depends on where you're flipping. So it's like, oh, this is not good. It's not shooting straight forward. It's shooting like whatever direction I'm flipping in. There's a whole bunch of weird like gameplay tweaks and like power ups and different types of guns. So far, the best one I found is the shotgun. The shotgun is just amazing. It blows everything away. It's almost to the point of like I feel like I don't know what else to play with because this shotgun is too good. But
you'll figure something else out.
Yeah, although this game has been out for a while, so it's still like I still think it's pretty good, but just be prepared that it's a pretty tough game. Like again, like I keep going to level 3 and dying repeatedly, and I'm like, I don't well, okay. Maybe I'll probably give this game another good couple of shakes and see if I can even get any further at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, Goner, like I if it's on sale, I would say get it. Definitely.
Get it.
Yeah, I would say if it's on sale, yeah, get it. You get some fun out of it. You might actually like it. And yeah, that's my review. If it's on sale, get it. 10 out of 10.
That is fair.
Oh, and also I've been playing Pokemon Quest on my phone. And just a short little blib about it. It's a cell phone game and it's a dungeon crawler. So therefore you grind in order to get more Pokemon, you have to cook food for your Pokemon so they can show up to your camp, so they can be part of your team. But in order to get the said food, you have to grind. Like holy shit! But of course, the cell phone games, you expect that. Well, when you get it for free, it's like, yeah, I guess there should be a lot of grind, I guess. This is the question that keeps popping in my head. It's like, I guess there should be a lot of grind. I guess. I don't know. although the one thing I just want to mention about Pokemon Quest is I didn't realize that this can happen. You can get shiny Pokemon in it.
Yep.
I was like, wait, you can get shiny Pokemon in this? Because I got a shiny Lickitung. And I was like, whoa, hold on. Back up the truck. What's going on?
Not the fuck?
I was like, I get shiny Lickitung in this? So now every time I'm getting a Pokemon to my camp, I'm like, shiny. Come on, shiny. Come on. Come on. Although I think the odds are like the same thing as the main games, just being like really painful.
Yep.
So I'm like, ugh. But I was so surprised I even got one shiny. I'm like, what? I didn't even think that's a thing in this game. They are. Although the one in Pokemon, it's basically just different color. Although there's a few Pokemon that is just slight different tinge of, or not tinge, but like a different shade of like orange or just a slightly different shade of yellow. But there's definitely different other ones that just look completely different and they look super cool. I mean, when it happens, you're like, woo! You're excited as all get out, then you freak out for like an hour and a half going, okay, so if I hit it with this attack, it shouldn't crit it, then I can catch it with this Pokeball, and then maybe it will actually stay in the Pokeball. No, wait, hold on. It's a low level. So maybe if I just throw the ball down, it will stay in the ball, and I can keep this Pokemon. Yeah. Throw the ball. Doesn't catch. Fuck! Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, well, I used to when I have freaking a lot of downtime, and I kind of do at work when it's, you know, super slow, but I just don't bring my DS over anymore.
Yeah, most days at work you really don't have downtime anymore.
I mean, before I was like crazy amounts of downtime. Like I used to bring up DS all the freaking time. Nah,
all right,
not
so
much.
Do we really want to talk about the other thing that's happening this week? Go for it. I've heard that it's a really mediocre show. I have not. I plan to. Again, from what I've heard, and this is the thing. Okay, so this is my experience, but no. You got to understand. I've heard it's either really bad, I've heard it's either really good, or I've heard it's mediocre. And there is no, like, proper in between those two. It's, oh shit, it's bad. Oh shit, that's great. And it's really meh. There is no, like, and that's the problem, is, like, and honestly, given the track record of the people who I listen to, I'm inclined to believe them, and the people who I tend to listen to are the ones who are currently sitting in the middle. They're like, it's really meh.
You might like it. I like it because it's very well done. They've clearly put a lot of money into it. So, well, that's my thing.
I mean, technically they put a lot of money into Fallout 76, and look how that turned out.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing.
That argument immediately just evaporates.
Okay. I also watched a lot of, what else did I watch? I watched Ford v Ferrari.
Oh, how was it?
It's a really good movie. It's very well done. It tells the story of the GT project, which, for me personally, is a very interesting show. Because the GT project is awesome.
Sounds more like a thing for. Honestly, yeah, I might not end up watching it because I might not be all that interested.
It's a very interesting movie. The way that they make it interesting is they basically focus on Carroll Shelby and they focus on Carroll Shelby as a character. And they focus on, and he's the protagonist, and then they basically use Christian Bale's character as sort of like not as an antagonizing force, but more as a force of somebody who basically explains like things and is a moving motivation.
Yep.
So I liked it. It was very good. It's beautifully well shot. The music's well done. Everything about it is good. The only thing I think that is probably the biggest problem is that people are going to probably want it to be Star Wars, and it's not. It's just not Star Wars. If you go into this movie wanting it to be a space fantasy, it's not. It's based on history, and it tells that story really well. The one major issue I do have with it is that it condenses a timeline which is set in stone, where the GC project, I believe, was entered into about 2 Le Mans before it actually won one.
Yeah.
And he was driving, I think, in the last one, and then he crashed, which isn't portrayed in the movie. But that's besides the point. The other thing I wanted to talk about this week was about so
we're not going to war. Do not say that.
Well,
I know where you're going. I know.
Canada's not going to war.
No, not even the U.S. is going to war. Whoever is
India launched a rocket to space.
Fucking Christ. People don't understand, like, oh my God, it's so frustrating.
It's not going to end in a war.
No, it's not going to be a war. And that thing is, the people were like, oh, we're going to go into World War III. And I'm like, we're not going to go into World War III. All right, who's Iran allied with? I think they're allied with Russia, China, and a couple other states. But the thing is Iran currently is going through an uprising, and the leader that they assassinated wasn't even in Iran at that point, and they have constant documents, even though people are like, well, they're not true, or it's like, or that Trump. It's like holy shit, guys, like, calm down. How many times did Obama approve these things?
The thing that I don't like about what happened was basically, like, I can see where everyone's coming from. Everyone's scared. They don't know what's going on. And Iran has they basically killed their vice president. Mm-hmm. Okay?
I know.
Yeah. So, but here's the thing. If Iran does anything, the United States has done a lot worse for a lot less.
Yep.
Those nukes that we were talking about earlier, that was because Japan sunk 3 boats.
Yep.
That they advised against doing. Mm-hmm. The generals actually said, "Don't do this. You'll wake the sweeping beast."
No, it wasn't. That quote is misattributed.
Oh, okay.
Everybody keeps saying he said it, but anybody who was actually present during that time, they're like, he never said that.
Okay. Well, I got it wrong. Whatever.
No. It's funny because it's commonly attributed to Yoshiko Yamamoto, who is the person who is always attributed to saying is, all we have done is awaken a great giant from its slumber. But, and it wasn't just sinking 3 ships. It was, surprise, we're at war, and then declaring war after they attacked Pearl Harbor. And the argument of dropping 3 nukes on them is kind of another simplification, but you're not wrong. 2 nukes on them, sorry. But I get what you mean. But the thing is with Iran, a lot of people have been like looking at Iran and, man, didn't England go to a standoff with Iran earlier this year? And then, like, everybody's like, oh, nothing's going to happen out of this. I'm like, guys.
The thing is that basically everyone's right now is just really dystopian. Dumb. Yeah.
As of right now, how I think this is going to go is America is going to rattle its saber, and Iran is going to either step down, or Iran is going to try and escalate, or China is going to step in, or Russia is going to step in Iran and settle them down for us.
Yeah. Oh shit! What the hell?
No, what the hell? I heard that.
I heard that.
That was my computer.
We might need to end the stream here really quick.
No. It was my laptop. It's okay.
Okay.
But yeah, no. So ironically, because we're recording this on January 3rd, we are 3 days into the year. First day, nothing really happened. Second day, we got a glorious meme of new guy. And then day 3, World War 3 is trending, and I'm like, the fuck happened? That's how I woke up.
All I know is that my Twitter has been attacked lately by people following it, and I'm scared.
Whatever. Ignore it.
That's all I know. I checked Twitter on like the 24th, and I almost fucking died. Scary.
See, you were free of Twitter. Why would you go back to Twitter?
Okay, to explain it?
Because you were bored?
No.
Because you wanted to see how fucking stupid you were?
Basically what happened is I said, you're right, I was out, man. I was fucking done. I wasn't going back to that shit. It was great. I was drinking Coronas on the beach.
So, okay, why do I get a feeling that this was, you were out, you were drinking, and then something happened by mistake?
No. So what happened was, basically school friends are like, oh, why don't you use Twitter? And it's like, because the platform is shit, I use Facebook. Facebook is a lot more reliable for planning and doing basic things, even though they basically steal my information. And then they basically pressed me on it repeatedly, and now I'm back in. And one of them basically sent me a message. She hasn't confronted me about it since I responded. But, yeah, fuck you, peer pressure, you're a bitch. So, yeah, I'm probably going to use it for another 6 months, and then I'm probably going to get off of it because it's a piece of shit platform, and I hate it. I might actually try and get my account banned.
That would probably be a good thing to do, I think.
You know what? I came up with the perfect plan on doing it and how I would do it. I would make a bot that literally just tweets random shit to certain people in the hopes that they report me.
That might be a bit extreme there, buddy.
Look, Josh, would you report an account saying murder, fuck, motherfucker, cocksucker?
I mean, I'll just be like, it's spam.
So, I want to go out in a blaze of glory. That's my thing.
Oh, what else happened over Christmas for everyone?
I had a good Christmas.
I'm sorry, I'm kind of like starting to tone out because
I had a good Christmas.
I've had a bit of a meh day.
How much weed did you do, Allan?
Nothing. I don't smoke weed. First off,
I'm actually, for my Christmas, I actually made 2 gifts. So, handmade.
You told us about them last week.
Yes. I talked about them already, so I don't have to do it again, but freaking mine went swimmingly.
What did you get?
I got a whole bunch of accessories for Magic the Gathering. So, although my sister who got me for Christmas literally just straight up said, I don't know what to get you for Christmas. And I sent her like a text, just a text of like stuff you should, think about getting me, yada, yada, this type of stuff. But at the same
time, magic boosters.
I did say that, but here's the thing. It's like, I did give her a bunch of ideas, but at the same time, she still has like no clue what to get me. Because again, I'm probably the hardest person to buy for out of everyone in her family. Because again, I'm such a hard nerd about the shit I like. So, yeah, so just her just going like, I just don't know what to get you. And I'm like, it's fine. There's a place in town we can go to. And if you want to, just buy everything from there.
That's what I tried to have my sister do, and she didn't do it. And I was very sad.
If anything, funny thing is, I have a connection in the Dream Escape in town. Freaking, I know the owner named Travis, like a real cool guy. I freaking sent my sister into that store, telling her, "Hey, Travis is a super cool guy. He will totally set you up because he knows me quite a bit and what the stuff I like." So it was like, oh, he will know exactly what to do. And also, I sent her a text of like, oh, if you happen to see this stuff there or this stuff there, you should get it because I like this stuff. And yeah, Travis totally helped her out. And I was like, thank you, Travis. Oh, it's kind of funny.
Travis sounds like a dank dude, bud.
He's super nice, like real nice guy. And funny thing is, sometimes I hear some of the stuff like, well, he doesn't get like too much trashy people showing up or anything. Like a lot of people are very nice, but like just once or twice, you just hear a story of like, yeah, some dude was like, "Are you gonna buy my cards?" And it's like, I'm not, and sorry, I can't give you money, but I can give you like credit for the store, like, and we can get more cards that way. And they're like, "No, I want money for cards." And it's like I said, I can't pay him out right now because I'm trying to be money cautious and yada yada. So how, like, I just can't do that. And the guy's like, "Well, fuck, you can't, don't support the what was it? It's like, you don't support the community, blah blah." And the guy fucking walked out. And then later in the day, the same douche fart just berated his what's that? I think it's Google, like, you know how Google rates different places and stuff like that. Just fucking berating his fucking establishment on the Google Maps, and it's like, who is this asshole? It's like, Jesus. And also, the funny thing is like, it was both him and a bunch of bot accounts. It's like, oh, it probably has a bunch of bot accounts or something. It's like, wow,
That sounds about right.
what a cunt. Like, what a cunt. But
That
yeah,
sounds about right.
yeah.
I mean,
Like, it's a sweet ass store, though. I will tell you right now, it's sweet.
I mean, I used to go to Thunderground, so I should go back. I kind of want to go back. I miss Thunderground.
Thunderground is a good store. I'm going to be there on the 1st.
You're going to be there? What?
Yeah, there's an Armada tournament there, so I'm going to be going.
You'll be right by my house.
Yep.
Yeah. If I'm free, message me. We'll go get some, like, drinks. No. So, I got fun stuff. I got basically nothing. I got a microphone.
You're the least. You're the least. What's that commercial again? The most interesting man. You're the least interesting man.
I got exactly what I wanted.
Okay, so I get to get shit on here for a minute.
I'm not done.
Go for it. Sorry.
So
you said that you got exactly everything you want, and you said you didn't get much. So I thought you were done at that point.
I also got a snow brush.
For your car?
Yeah, it's a very nice snow brush. Let me tell you how nice it is. It extends.
Yeah.
I also got a gift card for work, which is how I bought all the games I bought. So
I was gonna say, you get a gift card. I just get a card.
Well, like, it's funny because last year, basically, like, I got the worst gifts ever. I got pajama pants for the 4th year in a row.
Yes.
And you know what?
All right. Okay. I need to have this explained to me. What the fuck is wrong with getting pajama pants?
Okay, so there's nothing wrong with getting pajama pants. It's when you're getting them 4 years in a row. And you expect them at that point. And you're sitting there and you're just like, I have no emotion. Why do you constantly do this to me? And your dad's sitting there and he's cackling to himself because he knows for a fact that he got you the gift you actually wanted. And your mom's sitting there being like, "What? Why are you disappointed?" That's the problem. The other problem was I also got a gift that was like basically like, here's something that I didn't know what to get you, so I got you this. It's a name a star after you.
Which actually I'm actually not gonna lie, the name a star thing is actually pretty cool.
But like, here's the thing, Allan, is if you're going to get somebody that, you don't just get them that.
Okay, what else do you get them with that?
Exactly. Like here's the thing. It's like
No. You didn't answer the fucking question. Go fuck yourself. What else do you give them with that?
You get them something actually useful, and they actually asked for. Because to me, the person who is not an egomaniac and doesn't feel the need to name things after himself because he's not a fucking imbecile.
That's debatable.
Thanks.
You set yourself up for that one.
Yeah, shut up. You're a piece of shit.
Love you too, buddy.
Love you too.
God damn it.
Can you tell we haven't talked to each other in like 2 weeks?
You know what the thing is I was sitting there when I got it and I was just so disappointed and I was just so upset.
Why not just name the star Rocky Jeff?
I was gonna name the star William fucking Shatner.
I think that name's already been done though.
But I didn't want no, I just didn't want it. I just didn't like it. It wasn't a good gift for me. I just didn't like it. Yeah.
Hey, if you don't want to use it, I'll take it.
It got returned and I got a Switch screen protector instead.
That's fair. Wait, how much did it cost you?
Like $20.
Oh, that's to name a star.
Yeah.
Fucking NASA's desperate. What the fuck?
That was the other thing that pissed me off. Is I don't know how much it cost, but she got me this thing that was really expensive, and I'm just why? I'm not worth it. I don't want it.
I was going to say there's a difference between a person, naming a star and giving it to the person and they really like it, and giving the same thing to a person and going, the fuck? Why? Yeah. This is basically Jeff's reaction to this whole thing. It's the fuck? Why? Because it's
why?
It's so out of place for Jeff. Because it's not Jeff's item at all.
This has been established. This has been established on the podcast. It's I'm the type of person who will go out and buy the things he wants.
Exactly.
I mean, that's most guys actually.
Yeah, because this is a problem with men. Men understand that we are super hard to buy for.
Actually,
I would say people are super hard to buy for.
No.
Women are easy. You get the makeup or dildo or magic wand.
Oh, God damn it, Jeff.
No. People are easy and hard to buy for 3 reasons. One, the people who are hard to buy for, you don't know what to get them because they're either too important to you, or you don't know what to get them because they have everything that they need at the time.
Yeah.
So
the people who are easy to buy for are people you can get something for that will make them happy, give them something they need, or be able to help them get along, further their goal towards something else.
So,
and the third thing, and there's 3 again. I said there's 3 reasons why. The third reason why is how well you know the person. Because if you know the person, they makes them even harder to buy for. Because Jesus Christ, I know what they have, I know what they want, I know what they desire, but I'm not sure if I should get them for that. What's everybody else getting? And then you add anxiety on top of it, and that's the problem. It just spirals out of control.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! I can actually break down fucking gift buying.
The funny thing is for me, that was the wrong gift.
Yeah.
Yeah. For somebody like you, it's perfect. So Allan, what did you get for Christmas?
I got a air compressor, and I got airbrushes, and a fume box for when I do painting here in a couple weeks. Man, now I want to go to your house and look at your air compressor. It's specifically a what is it? It's a Mastercraft one, so it's meant for cars, like painting cars and stuff like that. It will not be leaving my my modeling room though, unless I move, and then in which case it'll be coming with me, along with my full setup and everything will be coming with me. I kind of asked my parents because parents are like, well, what do you want for Christmas? I'm like, I'd love to get an airbrush and stuff like that, but everything about that is about $50, so I can't ask anybody for that because we have a very stiff rule, is that we draw names from a lot, which is everybody who's I think it's me, my older sister, my younger sister, my mom, my dad, my sister's boyfriend, or my younger sister's boyfriend, and that's it. And we draw the allotted names for each other, and there's a $50 limit on what everybody can get for each other. my parents asked me, it's like, well, what do you want for Christmas? Because we got to get you something for your, because like they were like, well, what do you want for Christmas? Because I can't think of anything I want. And I was like, well, I would love to get an airbrush and get a proper airbrush set up and stuff like that, so I can paint models. They're like, well, how much will that cost? And I'm like, probably a good setup will cost me about $500. And they're like, ah. And I'm like, yeah. Now you know why I don't ask for it. And they're like, that's fair. And I kind of got surprised. They're like, well, why don't we look online for prices? And then like the night that I asked for it, they're like, yeah, we're going out to Canadian Tire. Come with us. And I'm like, why? It's like, because you're getting your fucking air compressor. I'm like, what? And then I got the air compressor, and then I ordered a fume box online with a proper airbrush cleaning kit, and I'm set up for painting airbrushes and stuff like that when I actually get the chance to do it. So yeah, fun times. Cool. I'm happy, but I would have like. That's the thing. Like I don't ask people to get me things. I say, hey, how much money you want to spend on me is how much ever money you want to spend on me. I try to go for $50 at most or at minimum, because like I can afford it. And the problem is I also take part in things like Secret Santa's at like a store I go to. I take part in buying gifts for like my close friends. I try to make people not have to spend too much money on themselves, since I know a lot of my friends are not living at home anymore, and so I can just try and alleviate that off them as well.
That's fair.
And that's the reason why I don't ask for anything from everyone. It's like, well, I'm giving, I'm happy. Sure, I'd love to get like if you guys want to get me something, just hand me the money and I'll do something with it that benefits everybody around me.
Yeah, that's kind of the big thing.
I'm weird. Like I'm actually really weird like that. Like I got to the I love getting gifts from my buddies and stuff like that, like from Stefan and Rory and stuff like that, to get gifts. But I kind of like look at them. It's like I'd rather just spend the night out, like doing video games or playing Pathfinder or doing like something with the guys.
So I got something I got to talk about. Shit.
Go
very briefly. So I got my nephew a copy of Minecraft because he got an Xbox for Christmas.
Oh, are we gonna talk about the fucking thing that happened?
What thing happened?
Jeff doesn't know about the thing that happened. Josh, you know the thing that happened? This is related to Minecraft. This we're about to go into a little bit of a tangent. But
okay.
I want to hear what Jeff happened first. And hear what happened with Jeff first.
Okay, what happened?
No. I want to hear your story first, and then I'll tell you what happened, because it does relate to Minecraft. It's absolutely hilarious. I
worked most of Christmas, Boxing Day, as normal, so I didn't spend time with my family. It was great.
Yeah. I mean, you work... You know what? I'm going to make any dumb comments. Go.
Yeah, so that was pretty good. And I didn't get to see my nephew, and I bought him a copy, and it came on a nice little receipt. I'm like, here you go. It's in the receipt. There's a copy of Minecraft. He opens up the thing, takes out his Lego, puts it aside, and doesn't even notice the receipt. My niece, on the other hand, opened her gift and probably left him on the couch. So I feel so good about myself right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Other than that,
how old are they?
Niece is 8 and Seth is about 6.
Okay. I hate to break it to you, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
That's the response you should be expecting.
Yep. I feel bad.
Because I hate to break it. Don't feel bad. That's a proper response from those kids. You want to know why? Because think about how many other gifts they've got.
Yeah.
How often do you actually spend time with them?
That's a good point.
Like, I can actually like solve this. Like, oh, I feel bad about myself. It's like, don't feel bad, because here's this reason, here's this reason, here's this reason. Oh, but I'm going to talk about Minecraft here for a second, and Josh is going to laugh. Everyone's going to cry a bit on the inside. So, some boy, I think in France it is.
I'm going to hate this.
I gotta find this.
I already hate this.
I gotta find the thing. I gotta find the video. Okay, so a little boy asked his grandfather for Minecraft. He's French. The grandfather misheard him and got him Mein Kampf.
I saw that video.
Why?
And I was like, oh no.
No.
Hopefully they just fixed this situation and just bought him the version online or something. Because Jesus.
And like you watch it, you're like, oh my god, it happened. It actually happened.
It fucking happened.
The thing is like the father gets mad at the grandfather. And I'm like sitting around like looking.
Why wouldn't you?
The thing is, though, no. Follow with me for a moment. Considering the way the grandfather reacts to it, is I don't think he knew, and I think he's a bit hard of hearing. So I'm a bit more forgiving on the matter.
Yeah.
That's a fuck up you don't forgive, Allan.
Yeah, you do.
I will slightly forgive because A, old, and B, probably doesn't know what the hell a Minecraft is, let alone know what Google is.
You know what?
Like, look at how old he is. He's around. I want to say he's around 80.
So you're fucking no.
I do love the thought process of like this old man trying to get his child, like his small niece, nephew, whoever, grandchild, a gift, and he thought of Mein Kampf, and it's like, you're getting this for a small kid, right?
Yeah. Oh no, because you can actually see. He said he told me Mein Kampf. So the grandfather misheard him. And I love how you guys are like, oh, that's so bad. But I'm kind of like sitting here and I'm just like, man, like there are far worse things to ruin your relationship over your father about.
I'd just be like,
and that's not one of them. To mishear someone and get them something, while indeed horrible,
I'm just surprised how he didn't think for 2 seconds and go, oh, you know what, Mein Kampf for like a 7-year-old? This is probably a bad idea.
I can actually totally see why. You want to know why?
Don't.
Why?
Jeff is like, don't.
Don't.
It's not because I don't think the grandfather doesn't realize like what he thinks his son is asking for. I think it's more that like I think his father, like, because you can see in the expression of his father, the grandfather, when his father's like he said, where he kind of like has this look of resignation of like, I fucked up that bad. But the thing is he trusts his grandson enough that he thinks that his grandson is old enough and mature enough to read that, and that says a lot about the grandfather too. Again, don't do this to your kids. Don't actually buy them Mein Kampf.
Don't buy them the Mein Kampf.
Don't buy them. Don't buy them.
Want to buy your
Communist
kids,
Manifesto. Don't buy them the Jewish Question by Karl Marx. Don't do that either.
Don't buy them anything. Buy them good books. May I recommend the Star Wars books?
No. Stop.
Buy them. How was Star Wars?
No, just get them Bone. I'm pretty sure that's translated to French or some shit, and that's fine.
Yeah, get them a series of unfortunate events and Harry Potter.
Harry Potter wouldn't be a bad one, actually.
Harry Potter would be better. I think Harry Potter would be better.
I agree.
Harry Potter would be way better.
Even though I disagree with J.K. Rowling.
Again, it's just you guys are cringing at something that I'm like, it's an honest mistake, and I actually wouldn't be surprised if the father.
Well, again, just the thought process is just. I want to know what the thought process was.
The thought process was non-existent, Josh.
I think there was a bit of a thought process there. It's just not the thought process that we're used to thinking.
Yeah.
Like, again, don't do this. Don't buy your kids Mein Kampf. Even if they are like 18 years old and like asking for it, don't do that.
The thought process was a elite hacksaw.
I don't think it was. But honestly, Minecraft and Mein Kampf, like in French, does sound very similar.
Yeah.
Like
sure.
you can hear, like, again, like he asked for.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Is that podcast?
Yeah, pretty much.
Sure.
Star Wars.
We can end it up.
I got one story. This is a story about my grandfather who unfortunately is not here with us. So when I was like 8 or 7, I had asked for Mario Kart Double Dash. And no, I wasn't 8. I was like 12 or 13. And I asked for Mario Kart Double Dash. And my grandfather, who's a staunch hater of video games, he hated video games. This man loathed video games. He would come over and you would hide your GameCube because you were worried he was going to throw it through a window. That's a joke, by the way. He wouldn't actually do that. What he would actually probably do is he would always complain about how, like, video games are good for nothing. Typical grandparent stuff, right? So he bought me a copy of Mario Kart Double Dash for Christmas.
He gave in.
And yeah, it was one of those great gifts I ever got. It was one of the coolest gifts, too, I got. Anyways, thank you, everyone, for listening to the Black Mind Games podcast. You can listen to us every Thursday on your favorite podcasting app of choice or blackmindgames.podbean.com. You can also subscribe to us on iTunes or watch us on YouTube every Thursday. Hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you, Allan and Josh, for joining me. It's good to get back in the saddle of things, and have a good night.
Good night, guys.
Time for bed.
So it's either Audacity gets the good mic quality, or you guys get the good mic quality. So I made a decision.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
I'm not mad about that.
Nobody is, Allan, except for you.
I really don't care.
Who cares?
I know you don't care.
Who cares?
I had a busy week last week. It was a good. It was a good time.
Yeah. Life happened.
Yeah, I saw Ford versus Ferrari.
Cool.
Played video games. Played Pokemon. Can talk about Pokemon.
I played Pokemon as well, but it's a game I had on my phone for like fucking a couple of years already.
You played Pokemon Go, didn't you?
No, it's the other game I have for a couple of years on my phone. It's Pokemon Quest.
How could you?
It's actually not bad. The only thing I hate about it is how grindy it is, but I mean, it's a fucking phone game, so you expect it.
I also did some small shopping today. I also now own Pokken and bought some Steam games.
Nice.
Oh, and I played Puyo Puyo Tetris.
Did you?
For the second time.
Oh, I don't have enough. Fuck. Second time.
Okay.
A second time.
For the second time.
Uh-huh.
Because I own it legitimately.
Oh, the Japanese version. The Japanese version you have. Yeah. You get twice the XP, or not XP, the achievements if you do it that way.
Yeah. I also played a lot of fucking Halo. So, yeah. You guys ready to record?
I'm recording.
We've been recording the whole time.
Although I got to close my door. Hold on. I got to pick up my cord. I got to walk to the door. Then I got to push the door closed. And then I got to sit back down. And hopefully there's no audio glitches when I did that. And now we continue.
Okay, well, let's sync. This will be the first sync on this new microphone. Let's christen it with glory, boys. Okay, so let's sync in 3, 2, 1.